everyone, welcome to Tableau Extension API. This session is part of a bigger sessions, a series of events and presentations on building on Tableau developer platform. I'm Geraldine Zanoni, I go by Gigi. I'm a developer advocate at Tableau. My mission is to enable developers in the usage and the adoption of our APIs and developer tools. I'm really excited today to talk about Extension API. Extension API enables developers to do more with Tableau, to integrate with third-party tools directly inside your dashboard, your Tableau dashboard. So first, before getting started, I want to share with you my favorite extension. So let's jump to Tableau. I'm going to open this dashboard where I already have an extension running. It's actually an extension built by InfoTopics and allow me to play Mario. So that's Tableau, and straight in Tableau I can play Mario and win some points if I'm good. I'm not really good at this game yet, still need some practice. Oh yeah, like I got 1 coin, yeah! That's just an example of an extension running inside your dashboards. And it's awesome, it's just to show you that really with Extension API you don't have any limitation. If you want to do a game, if you want to integrate, if you want to do, I don't know which crazy ideas you can come up with, but only the imagination is your limit with Extension API. Enough of me playing Mario. I mean, it's easy. I have 1 point coins. I'm going to link the extension as well. So if you want to play, feel free to share your best score as well. And as well, no, this one is not my best score. I did better in another time. But yeah, that's just an example of an extension running inside the dashboard, and they used the Extension API. The developer used Extension API to allow Tableau users to play Mario Kart directly inside the dashboard. So we have some time to spend together, and what are the goals of the sessions? What are you going to learn from me today? First, we are going to learn top use cases for using dashboard extensions. Then we are going to see where you can find pre-existing extensions built by our developer and make them available for you to use today. And then we are going to see how you can directly use extension inside your dashboard and how to get started. Then we are going to see how the extension is working, what is being under the hood of extensions, go more in details. And I'm going to learn how to code an extension, but I'm going to give you the tools to get started and build your own extension today, tomorrow, next week. Why not? First, let's take a step back. If you already watched our previous session, you might be already familiar with the slide. If not, I invited you to also look. Our previous session, it was an intro to a Tableau and Tableau desktop and how to use Tableau, and also to the developer platform. So the Tableau developer platform allows you to do a lot of different things. And this slide is a great overview of all the possibility with our APIs and developer tools. We categorize all our extension APIs in 5 different buckets, in 5 different categories. We have automation and integration that allow you to automate tedious tasks, create custom workflow, and manage content directly on Tableau. Then we have extensibility, so that's where we are going to focus today. It gives dashboards new capability and integrate with other applications. Think about extending the capability of Tableau. Then we have advanced analytics, allow you to integrate Tableau with advanced models in R, Python, MATLAB, for example. And then we have embedding, when you want to bring the power and the awesomeness of Tableau directly inside your main application. And data connectivity, allow you to connect to non-native data sources directly inside Tableau. If your connector, your data source, your API is not available directly in Tableau, you can use our APIs to actually connect to your data. So today, we are going to focus on extensibility, but if you're interested in another bucket, in other type of integrations, feel free to watch other videos that are coming next in the next weeks, months. We are going to cover through this series all the different topics here on this slide. So now let's focus on extensibility and extend the capability of your dashboard and integrate with other applications using the Tableau Dashboard Extension API. So what are dashboard extensions? I show you an example, quick demo, when I was playing Mario. But what is actually an extension? An extension is a web application running inside your dashboards. Here, what you can see on the screenshot, the Async Diagram is actually an extension running. Yes, it's a web application, and we also added the 2 hours to explain that you have a double communication, two-way communication. So the extension, the web application can actually interact or take actions directly from the web application to the dashboards and from the dashboard to the extension to the web applications. So that's the square, the orange square is actually an extension running inside the dashboard, and an extension is a web application. So we are going to go in more technical details later, but first let's see what are the use cases for extension and use dashboard extension API. First one is close the loop. So in Tableau, you are visualizing data, you are making data-driven decisions, you are inside Tableau. But it happens sometimes that you are in Tableau, visualizing data, looking at your insight, and you actually need to go to another applications. You have to jump from Tableau to an application, from your application to Tableau, and you actually moving like different places, windows, but we actually want you to stay in Tableau. Take actions directly inside Tableau. Close the loop. You can take actions directly inside Tableau using Extension API. Let's imagine you're visualizing your Salesforce, you have users visualizing, like looking at Salesforce data, sorry about that, and you want to take action directly inside your dashboard. Let's say you see an account and you want to create a new opportunity because you just recall, you say, oh, okay, that's happening, that's thing, or you see that something, you are in IT and you see that you have a lot of, the network is not that great in that region where you are looking at, let's say in Europe, the network is not really good, and you can see it because you are visualizing the state of the network on the dashboard. You can directly inside Tableau take an action and open what? A ServiceNow ticket, a Jira ticket, depending on which application you're actually using. You can integrate Tableau with this application inside it and use this application inside Tableau thanks to Extension API, Dashboard Extension API. Back is also a good example. When you're visualizing your data and you find a nice alert, you want to actually realize that it was a mistake, something data entry that is not correct, or you want to write back to your data source for another reason because you want to assign a new project, that's actually the next demo, to someone else in your team, you can use extension to write back to your data source or your system that you are using. The other types of scenarios is when you want to light it up. If you want to have your own custom UI inside Tableau, the example that we're going to see later on is having custom charts that are maybe challenging or difficult to do in Tableau, or if you want to have a different drop-down menu than the one we are offering in Tableau, or you want to create your own summary data. It is really what you actually want and you want to customize to fit your need and what you actually ask for. Then it's rich integrations when you want to integrate Tableau with other applications and you want that applications inside Tableau. So I'm going to show you 2 more examples. So no more Mario, no more video game now. Let's be serious and talk about project management actually. So I'm going to demo 2 different extensions. One is going to be more in the scenario where you actually want to light it up, and the other one is more in the scenario of closing the loop. So let's jump back to Tableau. So that's my Tableau dashboards, and I can see, show me more, you can see my team project. So I am managing a team, and we can see the different projects that I've been assigned to. I can see the data here, I can see that Adam, I can see Ariane, which project, in which time frame they are working on. And I want actually to visualize this data in Async Diagram charts. And that's actually a challenging shot to do in Tableau. So what I'm going to do here on the left side, I'm going to use extension on here and drag and drop extension inside my dashboard. To zoom out, I have here 2 options when I drag and drop extension from the left side to my dashboard. I have the option to go to the Tableau extension gallery, or if I already have an extension available on my computer, I can actually explore and look for the extension that I already downloaded or I actually created. So just have a look. Let's see if we click on extension gallery, what's actually opening in my other window. So that's the extension gallery. I can see that I have a lot of different extensions available for me to download for free. The one we are going to use is actually they show me more, I think it's at the bottom. But you have a lot of different extensions that you can use and available for you today to use inside your dashboard. So here again we have what do we see? Data robot. Narrative science is also a really interesting one where it's actually generating text based on the data that you have on your dashboard. So if you want to have a play, go to the extension gallery and download the extension that you are interested in. But I already downloaded the extension I want to use. It's called Show Me More by Infotopics, and is allowing me to do custom shots that are challenging or not actually available in Tableau. Into my extension, I already have a file. It's actually a T-Rex file. I'm going to explain it later, but I have a T-Rex file and I'm going to select it. So I get started and see. And you can see here all the different worksheets available on my dashboard. So here that's a worksheet, that's another worksheet, and that's another worksheet. So I have 3 worksheets on my dashboards. Drag and drop as well before. So I know that I want data coming from the project status. So this graph on the right side. So I'm going to select that. Here is all the different charts type that I can actually build using Show Me More. So I can build a sunburst. I haven't done that before. A network diagram. Or a radar chart if I want. But the one I'm interested in, remember, don't stay focused, is the Async Diagram. So I'm going to select this one. And here is where I can customize it based on the information that is on this worksheet. So here you can see we're using this worksheet and we want data from this worksheet to be displayed in my Async Diagram. So the level 1, I know that the first level is the assigned, so everyone in my team, so Adam, Anna, Achana. The level 2 is going to be the project. So I'm selecting the project. So you can see here different projects. I have the workbook, the presentation, the web page. So that's all the different projects. And I want that on the other side of the Async Diagram. And for the flow itself, I actually want the duration of the project. So I'm going to go ahead and select sum of duration of the project. I have more personalization options here to personalize the look and feel of the extension. For example, I can change the mark color to blue What's showing here? Yeah, maybe blue. Can we set it? What can I change? I change the node, the layout. You see, I have a lot of options to customize the look and feel of the extension, how the user is going to see the extension. So I'm good. I think I'm good. I say okay. So now I can see, I can interact, I can see the tool tips. I think I had to also, if I configure, I saw the option and then I forgot to select it. And I can also say which actions do I want, which is my target worksheets once I click on the extension. And let's say I actually want to filter project by owner. Let's take this one, another worksheet, this one this time. So it's going to read, the extension is reading from this worksheet and it's going to actually interact with that worksheet. Okay, so now if I select Tarek, you can see that my dashboard is my visualization here on the bottom is filtered to only show Tarek's data, the same with Ariane, for example. And the same way that we said that the worksheet the extension is interacting with the dashboard, if I select, for example, Tarek here, ta-da! My extension is also filtered down to only show Tarek's data. So that's Show Me More, an extension available already on the extension gallery for allowing you to do custom charts in Tableau. And as you see, really easy to get started and to use. So now the next one is a demo to show you how you can close the loop using Extension API. I'm going to show you a write back extension by Expander IT. So I have my data in a Google Doc, a Google worksheet. So I have the same kind of visualization, like you can recognize the different worksheets that I already had in my previous one. This time, the middle part here is an extension. And I actually configured the extension to read from this worksheet on the right side, the same one, the status one. And so straight away I can see all the different projects on my team members. So I can see Ivan's, Kieran, Ergen. I can see all the different projects and the duration of each project. And I can see that, for example, Pauline doesn't have a lot of projects going on. And I can see the Wu is the busiest one so far. I think Tarek is pretty busy. I think he might need some help on this project, the SlideShare project, the presentation project. So I'm going to select it, and straight away you can see that I have my data, the data displayed here on my extension directly while I clicked on the specific project. I'm going to edit this project to add Pauline as well, working on that project. I want Pauline to work with Tarek on that project. So I'm going to submit it. And I'm going to update that. Take some time thinking. Perfect. Can you see now? Pauline is now assigned to the same project of Tarek. She has a project more. Here you can also see it. Pauline got a new project. She has now 3 projects, and that's accurate. And that the entry input, I added it in the extension. He updated my data. That's a Google Doc directly inside Tableau. So I don't have to say, imagine in the other, if I didn't have the extension, I should have gone to the Google Doc, input the data to add Pauline to the project. So like first looking at Pauline, like looking for the doc, finding Pauline, finding the project, and making all these changes. Right now, I made a data-driven decisions and directly inside Tableau without leaving Tableau. And I did this an action straight inside Tableau. How cool is that? So now let's come back to the presentation itself. So this extension is also available for you if you want to try it in the gallery. If you want to update, if you have a Google Docs as well, it works very well. Now that you saw why you should use extension, we didn't go into much details, but you know that now an extension is a web application. But I'm sure you are as curious as me. Now you want to know what are the components of an extension, what is making, how do you get started to build your own dashboard extension. So on the left side is a Tableau dashboard. A Tableau dashboard is you have multiple worksheets, or you can only have one. You have worksheets on the dashboard, and you can have it on Tableau desktop, online, server, or even public now. And we drag and drop, you remember, from the left side when I show me an extension. Here is the same as the Async Diagram, and you have your extension running inside the dashboard. So that's an extension. And what you can see inside the dashboard is the extension front end directly inside Tableau. So the Async Diagram, or when we were looking at the right back, we had the columns and the tables of all the data that was the extension front end. And as I said, an extension is actually a web application, so you can use HTML, JavaScript, CSS files to make this extension. And don't forget that we have this two-way communication, really important, and what makes the extension really awesome is that you can read the information from the dashboard to the extension, and you can take action from the extension, the web application, to Tableau, to your dashboard. I allow you to interact and respond to interactions and get data directly inside Tableau. Again, the web application, you need to host the extension or the file, you need to host it somewhere. It can be on a web server, it can be a web server in the cloud. You take care of hosting it. And the T-Rex file. So when I went to my local folder, I looked for a file, and it was a T-Rex file. The T-Rex file, we're going to go more in details, is a glue between the dashboard and the web application Tableau and the web application. It is a manifest file that is going to point to your web application. It's actually XML. We decided to go for T-Rex. You know why? If you have seen the previous video, we love T-Rexes, and it's actually our mascot of a Tableau developer program. But a small background why the file format is T-Rex. So T for Tableau, IX for extension, and R to make it a T-Rex. So that's the backstory of why a T-Rex is our mascot and why the file format is a T-Rex. On that, let's have a look at the T-Rex file. As you can see, as I say, I didn't lie, is XML. It's a manifest file where you have more information on the extension itself. So you are going to define the name of the extensions. So what's the name of the extension? So show me more, or right back. I think it was the right back, or Mario. That's the name of your extension. Then you need to specify who is the authors. So the authors is the developers or the person that actually someone using your extension can reach out and ask you for more details or have maintenance questions. And then you have to point to the web application, the URL of your web application. Here I'm using, the example is using localhost. I have an extension running on my laptop, but if you are running it anywhere, you have to specify the URL there. Now I'll just have a look as if we can jump back there. So if I go here and I click on About, you can see here the information. Expanda right back at the name of the extension. Expanda IT is the author of the extension, so the person you can reach out. And the extension URL here is where the extension is hosted. So that's all the information you need when you write the XML, the T-Rex file. So again, if you go here, you can see that we have the information there up for Tableau info topics and the name of the extension. So now last thing is what the URL here is the URL where your web application is running, and the URL to your web applications. So now let's have a look at this XML file. So what do you need in an XML file? We are building your extension. First, really important, you need to include the Tableau extension library, so you can actually communicate with Tableau. From Tableau to your extension, two-way communication, you got it. I talked about that maybe like 4 or 5 times already. But yeah, you need to include the Tableau extension libraries there to be able to actually communicate with Tableau. Then, of course, you are going to include your JavaScript file and really point out to your JavaScript file. Go to your JavaScript file is where the magic is happening, basically. But yeah, we'll see that in a minute. What you need to include as well in your JavaScript file, but is where you are going to actually communicate and write the magic, the code to talk to Tableau. So let's have a look at this JavaScript file. We have Tableau.extension that initialize async. That allows you to actually initializing the extension. It's basically saying, hey Tableau, I'm an extension, I'm ready to be used. And that's what you're actually saying there. And it's important, the Tableau.extension that initialize, and also important there is the namespace that you can find in our documentation. We're going to link that as well at the end of the session, that you can find all of the references, what you need to use, which function you need to use. But here, Tableau.extension.dashboard.content.dashboard.name is retrieving the name of the dashboard where you drag and drop the extension. So if you want to get the information what the dash extension is, it's important to get this namespace correct. Let's recap. We have a Tableau dashboard, and the extension is actually a web application running inside the dashboard using Extension API. You have a two-way communication that allows you to respond to events or get data. So first you will need an HTML file for the front end of your extension, what the end user is going to see inside Tableau. Then the JavaScript, all the magics of what's happening with two-way communication, and you need the TRX file the TRX file is the glue between the web application and Tableau. So we saw already before the extension gallery, but where can you find the resources, existing extension built by member of our community or partners? You can find it on the extension gallery, so extensiongallery.tableau.com, and you can download a lot of different extensions and extensions there to use directly inside your dashboard today. So how to get started? Now, I'm sure you're like, yes, I want to play Mario. No, that's not the goal. But yes, I want to build an extension, and I want to use Extension API today and build my own extensions. So first, you need to join the Tableau Developer Program. It's a free space for you to innovate and learn about our APIs. Once you join, you get a free development site that allows you to start building in a safe space and test our different APIs. This free sandbox site is with the last pre-release version of Tableau, so you get early access to our APIs on new developer features. You also get a direct link with the engineering team, so if you have any questions, you can ask the engineering team to get some help. And you also get invitation to exclusive events, such as what we call our sprint demos, is our monthly webinar where the engineering team is showing what they've been working on, what's coming next. And you're not only joining a program, you're also joining a community of passionate people. And we also try to make every learning experience fun with, for example, our mascots our T-Rex, flex on the T-Rex. So if you love T-Rexes, you are going to be happy. Other resources join us on GitHub. We have our official team GitHub. This is where we have our sample code for a building extension. For example, the code I showed on my slide actually is from a sample code that is on GitHub. You also, if you're interested in knowing more about other tools, you can go on tableau.com/developers of tools to have an overview of all our different tools. And we also have a lot of tutorials, training videos on YouTube. So join us if we have a getting started with extension where we go step by step on building an extension. So that's it for today. What did we learn today? Extension is a web application running inside the dashboard. It can be used to light it up your dashboard or close the loop. We saw that with the two different demos. And if you want, you can also leverage the community by using the Tableau extension gallery. On that, thank you again for joining. I hope I see you soon in a 1-hour event. And if you are building an extension, feel free to share it with us as well. Really excited to see what you're going to come up with, which extension you're building. See you soon. Bye bye.